Hello and welcome to Market Call tonight. I'm Mark Bunting. Thanks for joining us. We have David Burrows here as mentioned. If you have a question for him, there are three ways to pass that along to him. You can send an email to that address, marketcall@bnn.ca. The toll-free number you can ring or tweet us at Market Call. Always good to see you.
Great to be here.
David, are you noticing a shift in sentiment among investors?
I think it's very interesting, Mark. I actually spent a better part of the last week in the west of Canada and doing meetings both with clients and with advisors. And it's so interesting because there is a complete dichotomy. Those that have been following the sort of traditional Canada resources and energy and so on are obviously having a very difficult time. On the other hand, those that have been more focused in sort of dividend, more conservative, more durable cash flows, are very happy with what's going on because things are being so driven by monetary policy. But certainly, I think that investors are shifting their focus a little bit further out the risk curve, not so much looking for significant economic sensitivity, but looking for other sources of income like dividend growth. And there's definitely an appetite for that.
Now, in your past appearances, you've talked about investing in certain themes, such as energy infrastructure. That's one of them. Remind us about those that you're looking for.
So our big belief is identify parts of the market that people care about or that fit the current environment. And so I'll call those leadership themes. They might be sectors, they might be themes, they might be geographies. And so I would say that over the last period of time, people have been willing to pay higher and higher prices for things that are predictable, where there's some catalyst leading to a positive change. So, for instance, the oil and gas boom in North America hasn't been so good for the producers because prices are low, but there's lots of new volume for energy infrastructure companies. And so their cash flows are becoming more predictable. And there's a number of themes right now that are more secular or longer term in nature that people appear to be willing to mark up in price. And maybe we can talk about some of those themes tonight.
Do you want to talk about them now?
Sure, sure. Well, first of all, if I were to look at North America as a whole, clearly there is a slow, steady recovery in the housing market in the U.S., so that's driving a major theme. That's suppliers into those themes like the construction supplies, the home builders, the retailers into that space. One of them we'll talk about tonight.
Yeah.
I think that another key theme are the companies that are benefiting from low energy prices. So there's some manufacturers in there. There's chemicals companies, low feedstock costs for natural gas. And then there is a tremendous focus across almost all industries right now as to how to return capital to shareholders. And those that figure that out, share buybacks and more importantly dividend increases, are winning a lot of attention from investors. And so there's a number of industries that are particularly well suited to that, that are garnering more than their fair share of investors.
And just lastly, if hypothetically we have a 10% correction in the U.S. and some correction up here, are you comfortably positioned with your holdings because you do have a lot of dividend payers that you're going to get paid while you wait?
What I found is when you find a leadership stock in the market, they tend to have pretty steady advances, and then from time to time they'll consolidate or have pullbacks. If you're in leadership themes, there's always buyers under the market waiting for their opportunity to buy the pullback. And I think that there's a number of sectors which clearly have the ability to pay, are showing a willingness to do it. And those are the ones where investors are just waiting for their chance to see pullbacks. And I think that you're seeing lower volatility in those groups.
All right. Well, our viewers are waiting to talk to you. We have all sorts of calls and emails and tweets lined up. But room for you if you want to ask a question of David Burrows. And we'll start with those questions right after this break.